Welcome to the Six Drops, episode 7 in John's Eclectic Photo Storytime Adventure. John had always wanted to lose himself in a rainforest. Not just visit, not just pass through with a tour group and a timetable, but immerse, disappear into the green cathedral where time dissolved into mist and breath. He had dreamed of the dense canopy, the thick air, and the chorus of life that pulsed beneath every leaf and branch. So when the opportunity finally came, a conservation grant to photograph disappearing biomes, John booked a one-way ticket and packed only what he could carry: camera gear, waterproof notepads, and an old field journal from a botanist friend who once told him, "In the rainforest, it's not the big things that change you. It's the quiet miracles." He thought he understood what that meant, but he didn't. Not yet. By the third day, John was soaked sore and entirely enchanted. The rainforest had a language of its own, spoken in the rattle of katydids, the guttural croaks of hidden frogs, and the rustling secrets of monkeys overhead. The air smelled of life, wet earth, fresh decay, and the sharp breath of orchids. He moved slowly along a narrow trail used only by biologists and occasional shamans. A machete hung at his side, more reassurance than necessity, though now and then it earned its keep with a stubborn vine. His boots sloshed in mud with each step, but he didn't mind. The light broke through the canopy in golden shafts, painting the jungle in ribbons of fire and shadow. Then, near a bend where a trickle of water crossed the path like a silver vine, he stopped. Something had called to him, not with sound, but with stillness. There, on the edge of the path, was a single bamboo stalk, arching gently from the thicket. One broad green leaf extended outward, catching the filtered light like a cupped hand. And resting on it were 6 water droplets, perfect, whole, spaced evenly along the central vine like pearls on a string. John stared. Each droplet was a universe. Light fractured through them into miniature rainbows. The surrounding forest reflected in each one. Tiny, upside-down jungles suspended in liquid tension. They didn't roll or slide. They simply were, as though the leaf had paused mid-breath to present them to him. He dropped to one knee slowly, carefully not to disturb even a breath of air around them. The sounds of the rainforest swelled, rising like a hymn. The calls of birds layered over the rustling of unseen reptiles, the gentle patter of distant rainfall, and the pulse of insects keeping time. John steadied his camera, heart pounding. Click. He adjusted, slowed his breathing, focused tighter. Click. A macro lens revealed even more: the microscopic ridges of the bamboo skin and the way the leaf's fibers funneled the droplets into their pattern. One drop had caught a sliver of sunlight and glowed like a captive star. John took shot after shot, each more intimate than the last. He felt not like a photographer, but like a witness to something sacred. And then it happened. A bird called high above, a sharp cry like a warning. A gust of warm, fragrant air rolled through the trees, just strong enough to stir the leaf. One droplet crumbled, another rolled. They merged slowly into a single, larger sphere, still perfect, still beautiful, but the pattern was broken. John lowered his camera. A part of him mourned the moment, already gone, but another part, perhaps the wiser, knew that the transience was what it made it matter. The forest had offered him a glimpse of something unrepeatable, a gift made of balance, light, and silence. He sat there for a long time after the last drop fell, letting the forest song fill him. A beetle cluttered past. A monkey howled from somewhere deep in the canopy. Life moved on. When he returned to camp that evening, soaked in sweat and mist, he didn't speak for an hour. He simply cleaned his gear, brewed a cup of strong jungle coffee, and stared at the screen as the images downloaded. There they were, 6 droplets, one moment, held forever in light and glass. When he later published a photo series, he titled the image, "The Breath Before the Drop." And when asked about it at galleries or interviews, he always says the same thing. In the rainforest, it's not the big things that change you, it's the quiet miracles. Next in our series, Episode 8, Macro Walk. The photograph and the supporting camera details are presented in this slide. If you enjoyed this episode of the 6 Water Drops, please return and watch Episode 8, The Macro Walk. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe and hit the like button. Thank you.